Hello, my name is Ksenia, and I have been teaching ESOL for about 20 years now. For most of this time, I have been buying all kinds of teacher guides, course books, ready-made materials for my lessons. Like many teachers, I was hoping to find that one perfect resource that would work for every lesson and save me hours of prep time. But as you probably know, that magic tool doesn't really exist. Instead, I ended up piecing together exercise from one place and text from another, always tweaking and adjusting to suit my students' needs. It worked, but it was far from perfect, and I was still spending evening after evening customizing my materials. And then 2023 happened. That was the year when Chat GPT became available to public, and it completely changed the way I prepared my lessons. First, let's talk about what Chat GPT is. It is an AI-powered tool from OpenAI that generates text based on your prompts. Think of it as a virtual assistant that helps with lesson planning, creating worksheet, conversation prompts, and more, all tailored to your students' needs. Even better, no advanced internet skills are required to use it, and in a moment I will show you how it's done. To access ChatGPT, you need to open your internet browser. No matter which one it is, it can be Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome or Firefox, any. And type in pat.openai.com. If you're new to it, click on Sign Up and follow the steps using your email, Google or Microsoft account. Once you're logged in, you'll see a simple interface with a text box. Type your question or instruction there, press enter, and ChatGPT responds immediately. In case you are not happy with its response, you can press for Generate Response for alternative answers. Okay, let's see how it's done in practice. The browser I'm using is Chrome, and here I type in the address chat.openai.com. Let's see. And as this account is new, instead of using login, I use sign up. And to sign up, I'm using my current Gmail. Naturally, I agree to the terms of service, and I need to write something about myself. Let it be. Let it be like this. And here you can see a completely new window. You can have some voice mode. As I am now recording video, my computer automatically sees that I'm talking, and that's why it offers me to use voice mode that I'm not going to do now for the sake of this demonstration. But here, this is large window that would show me all ChatGPT's responses. This is the box where I need to type my prompts. So everything, all your questions or everything that you need to get from ChatGPT would be called prompts. Let's say I want to create a lesson for my students. And here I would write create an ESOL lesson. Let's see what it does. So that's because I haven't given any other prompts or more detailed information what exactly I need. Chat automatically have chosen the level, duration, and the topic. If you need, or if you know what sort of lesson you need, again, you write it in your prompt, make it more detailed, and correspondingly, ChatGPT would give you a lesson plan with more details. So let's see. Here, level beginner to intermediate, duration, and topics. Here you have objectives, you have materials needed, outline, so activities, icebreaker question, introduction, some listening practice. You see even some short dialogues for you to record, and some speaking practice with pair work and mingle activity. Everything has duration. Everything is done so that you don't have to deal much with that. And at the end, normally Chat gives some follow-up question, because it's made in the ways that it should be some sort of conversation between yourself and ChatGPT. That's why you have here some follow-up questions. And yes, please, I need a 60-minute lesson for beginners. And about introducing themselves. Okay, see that I spelled beginners incorrectly. Actually, I did it on purpose because I wanted to show you, even when you make some mistakes, maybe you're in a rush or something, ChatGPT would interpret your request correctly. So here I have completely different lesson plan. It's designed to match the beginner level with a minimum word or minimum new vocabulary for students, and a lot of repetitions as beginners level need. So you have everything and that you need for your classes. Now I'd like to ask Chat to create a word list for this lesson. To give to my students for this lesson. So you see what's going on. There are some basic words, key phrases, so in short, everything they need to be able to interact and create something during this class. If you need, you can customize it even further. You can ask for the dialogue. Let's say, would you like help designing a worksheet? I say, yes, please. Create a worksheet. So here it is, but what I find here that it is not actually usable for me, because now it's in my Chat GPT page, and I need to give the sheet to my students, and that's why I can ask Chat to create a doc file. That's what ChatGPT can do. It can create files for your needs. It can be a doc file, or it can be PDF, depending on what sort of format you need. Okay, and here also I can make some adjustments, and if I'm happy with that, I can ask for download. Sometimes it can take longer. In this case, you actually need to ask it again, or to wait or refresh your page. Well, let's imagine you don't need a full lesson plan, but you need some specific exercises to train things that you want to be trained. In this case, you write short instructions detailing on what you need to be trained. Like I did here, make a gap fill exercise for practicing the verb to be. And Chat gave me 10 sentences for different forms, plus additional gap fill exercise to introduce yourself, 5 more sentences, challenge section with correction the mistakes, and as usual, it offered me additional examples for it. Let's say I'm happy with what it is. Now I'd like to give me an example of what to expect from a student. So I would say create, sorry, I'm not writing, here it is. Create an example of introduction for the person from Brazil. This is too short. I would ask for more details. Give more details. That is good. So this one is longer. It has more personal information and cultural references. Now, as you see, Chat even offers to create similar introductions for other people. which you're welcome to do, but I want to give some challenge to my students. And I want to ask ChatGPT to rewrite the text. Please rewrite the text, making mistake in usage of the verb to be, the one that we have been training, and make spelling mistakes. Let's see what's done here. Here the chat gave me the wrong or the text with a lot of mistakes and asked if I need more exercises to it. Yes, please. Why not? So as you can see, you have a lot of options and it's done very fast. Almost all the answers that I have are made instantly. And we have correct answer key as well. No, thank you. Well, now what about conversational practice? I would ask ChatGPT to list conversations. List 5 conversations. Our daily routine. Okay, so as you see, you can, if you need, you can ask Chat to give you dialogues, texts, create some exercises, even some sort of tests with multiple questions. Everything that you need, just give instructions and you will have it there. But ChatGPT can be so much more than creating plans and exercises or some handouts for your student. Imagine this scenario. How often do students surprise you with questions about language quirks that they have encountered? I have it, every second or third lesson. And these questions, most inconveniently, are often about some tricky grammar rules or uncommon vocabulary uses that may not have a ready answer. Here, again, we have ChatGPT to help us. Let's talk about one of most recent examples that I had in my class. There was a question, one of my students asked about the name of the structure coming into the room. He looked at her. So, coming into the room, what is it? The student wanted to read more about this grammar phenomenon, and I was able to help the student very quickly by asking ChatGPT. That's what Chat told me. And if I wanted some more practice or some additional explanation, I would have it from Chat. That's another thing, how you can have this momentum when your student is encouraged to learn more and have his own no motivation to do that, it is very important to be there and then. So ChatGPT is very helpful in such situations. When you know about benefits that ChatGPT gives, it is time to talk about common pitfalls. While Chat is a very powerful tool, there are some things you need to be aware of. First thing is accuracy of information. ChatGPT can generate explanations that seem plausible, but may not always be factually correct. For example, if a student asks, "Is irregardless a correct word?" ChatGPT might explain its informal usage, but it is important to clarify that it is generally considered non-standard English. You see, ChatGPT is ever-learning thing that gains all the information from accessible sources in the internet. And as you know, internet is full of all sorts of information. So here, there may be some things that are not true, and this is your job to check the information. Next thing is context and tone. You need to ensure that the output matches the tone appropriate for your students. So let's say a simple prompt like "explain why passive voice is used" might result in overly technical answer, especially if you were talking to ChatGPT on a level of teaching and methodology. But if you add context such as "explain why passive voice is used in a way a beginner can understand," ChatGPT gives your explanation far more suitable for your students. Then the prompts and their complexity. You need to keep in mind that quality of ChatGPT's output depends on how well the prompt is crafted. So instead of asking "what are good icebreaker activities?" you need to try something like "suggest 3 icebreaker activities for an advanced ESOL class that encourage conversation." In this way, you give more details on how many icebreakers you need, what sort of students you have, and what is the point of exercise, so you get better results for your own. And what I learned from own experience and a lot of videos that I watched about ChatGPT is that you need not give up. If you're not satisfied with ChatGPT's answer, paraphrase, detailize, and try again and again until you have the response you need. And last thing to be aware of is bias and oversights. ChatGPT's responses are based on patterns in data and may reflect biases present in its training material. For sensitive topics, you need to review carefully to ensure that they are balanced and appropriate. However, it's not all about the text. Once you've got the basics, your creativity is the only limit. For this video, I have focused on text-based prompts, but ChatGPT can do much more than that. Let's explore a few additional features. Take a look at the bar on the left. You'll notice a list of topics we've discussed, but at the top there are 2 more sections, ChatGPT and Explore GPTs. Here, you'll find a collection of tools and websites that incorporate AI to enhance everything from writing and learning to lifestyle and programming. Why not to check them out at some point? On the other hand, ChatGPT isn't limited to text too. It can generate images. For example, I often need pictures for my students to describe, and finding the perfect one can be time-consuming. Now I simply give ChatGPT a prompt. So I'll just create an image here, give a prompt, and it creates a picture tailored to my needs. Let me show how it works by revising a thread I created earlier. Image generation can take a little time, so saving your threads makes it easier to reuse and refine content. I have asked ChatGPT to create an image for ESOL beginner students to practice describing everyday routine. As I haven't specified what sort of students I have, ChatGPT relied on word beginner to generate image for children. For my next step, I asked to generate image for adults because I don't work with children. And here is perfect example why you need to check all the data you got from ChatGPT for accuracy. As you see, there are some strange things here in the picture, like brushing teeth in bed or having breakfast in bathroom. And this is another reminder to give as detailed prompt as possible. It helps Chat avoid such discrepancies. For the next one, I asked to create image about following actions: wake up, have breakfast, go to work, go shopping, do sports, and relax in the evening. And this picture is, for me, almost perfect. There are some things to be changed or some funny stuff, but still my students could use this picture to describe their daily routine. So you can try ChatGPT in so many ways: text and pictures, and again there are some more things here like writing, analyzing, coding, get advice, summarize text. I have actually never tried Surprise Me. Maybe I'll do it after I have finished making this video. As I reflect on how ChatGPT fits into my teaching practice, I see it as a valuable partner rather than a magic wand. It saves me time by generating lessons plans, handouts, and answers to tricky student questions, but only when I guide it thoughtfully. Crafting precise prompts, reviewing its responses critically, and tailoring the content of my students' needs are key steps that ensure I get the best out of this tool. I believe that technology like ChatGPT enhances what we already do well as educators. It's here to amplify our activity and expertise, not replace them. So embrace ChatGPT, experiment with it, and remember that the heart of teaching will always be human connection that we build with our students. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you'll try using ChatGPT and we'll see how it can change your life. Happy teaching!